Hello and a warm welcome to the Meaning of Life show with myself, Ashok Gupta. A series of interviews supporting our vision of uplifting ourselves, uplifting our communities and helping uplift the planet. Now, as many of you know, perhaps if you're on the Gupta program or you've watched the Meaning of Life videos, you know that I recommend a course called the Happiness Program from the Art of Living Foundation. And today we're very privileged to have the European Director of the Art of Living Foundation here in our studios in London. So welcome, Swamiji, to the show. It's great to have you here. We're really honoured that you've taken some time out to be with us here on the Meaning of Life show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So I'm sure many people are intrigued to first of all find out a bit of your backgrounds. Can you tell us what Swami Jyothirmayah actually means and what it means to be a Swami?
Swami, it's a title, it's a spiritual name. It's a Vedic tradition. So Swami means one who is readily available for the society, for the social projects, ones who are ready to help people, protect the environment. That's one definition of Swami. Another definition of Swami, one who is establishing the self.
Right.
And Jyothirmaya means, Jyoti means the light. It's a Sanskrit word. Jyoti means the light, the full of light, I would say. Yeah.
Right, well that I can definitely attest to because I spent a few days in your presence and certainly there's people around you who definitely feel that light and that energy emanating from you.
You're so kind. Yeah, you know, once we start meditating, you increase your energy level. That's what happening through Art of Living various programs which we are conducting, breathing techniques, mantra meditation, and of course yoga sessions. Once people come, and it's scientifically proven, how they're coming, the energy level may not be very high. Life is all about energy. If your energy is very high, you appreciate your life more. You find beauty in everything because your mind coming into the present moment.
Right. I'm sure many of us experience that where some days we wake up and we don't know why. Suddenly we feel more relaxed, we're happy, everything in life seems easy. And then there's some days when I wake up and I think, oh, how am I going to face the day today? So I guess those are differences in our energy levels?
Definitely. There are mainly four sources of energy. We have to know that. So I'm talking about energy. The life is a play of energy. Once your energy goes up, you feel more joy without any reason.
Yes.
Usually what we do, we restrict our joy with the circumstances and the people and the objects. Once we realize, I am the source of joy, then there is no labeling, there is no reasoning. We come close to our own being, our own nature. So, and that energy level little more high, you feel a lot of empathy, a lot of love, and you take more responsibility in your life. You're ready to take risk in your life.
So Swamiji, a lot of our viewers would love to be in that state more often. And they often tell us that they have such a busy life. You know, there's a career, long hours at work, family to look after, various other things going on, too much time on their phones. And people say they have a busy life, busy minds, and they don't have time to really even relax. So what would you say to those people who seem to be overwhelmed with the busyness of life? What can they do?
If you want to use your mobile phone, you have to recharge it. Your battery has to be recharged. Otherwise, you cannot enjoy your gadgets. If you have a modern, very high-tech gadgets with you, but still you need an energy in it, isn't it?
That's right.
In the same way, in our life, there are mainly four sources of energy. The first source of energy is food. Proper food, not too much, not too less. And the second source of energy, I would say, sleep. Ashok, you already mentioned about that. If you are not getting a good sleep, next day morning you feel really horrible. And you go to the workplace with this mindset, you are taking a lot of trauma from stress from the home to the office, and you come back to the home with this, again, this stress from the office. So second is sleep, and the third source of energy, I would say, breathing. We have food like 1 kilograms every day, 1.5 kilograms every day. We drink 3 or 4 liters of water every single day. Do you know how much air we breathe every single day?
Actually, I don't. That's a very interesting question.
Yeah, more than 10,000 liters of air we breathe every single day.
Wow.
And we are getting a lot of nutritions through the breath. Without breath, there is no life. Our life begins with the breath. We all took a long, deep breath, and our last act we are going to do is breathe out. So our life is in between these two breaths. So breath is the third source of energy. And the fourth source of energy is peace of mind, calm mind. That we can achieve through meditation. Because if you meditate 15 to 20 minutes, it's equivalent to 6 hours of sleep. That much energy you can acquire to your system. So these are the main four sources of energy.
Right, right. So to our viewers, your recommendation would be some kind of regular breathing and meditation techniques, because if their life is so busy, their mind is so busy, they will have to just make time to do that each day.
Definitely, we are getting exhausted not because of our physical activities most of the time, because this chattering mind, noisy mind, make you tired and exhausted.
Yes.
So our mind and our breath is connected. With the help of the breath, you can bring your mind to the source, to your being. That's why never mind.
Never mind.
So mind never cannot meet the self. Mind is, usually we think mind is inside the body. It's just opposite. Mind is outside the body. So once the mind comes back to the source, then there is no mind. Stillness. It's an infinity. So beautiful energy there.
Right, and actually a lot of our viewers are using a program called the Gupta program, which is all about helping them with chronic illness. A lot of our clients suffer from extreme pain or fatigue. And we highly recommend the Art of Living course for our viewers to go on, even from the Meaning of Life experiment as well. So is that the course, obviously, that you would recommend for people if they're feeling low energy, pain in the body? What would you recommend for them?
So in Art of Living, we have a very profound, very precious, powerful breathing technique called Sudarshan Kriya or Sky. It's a rhythmic breathing. With the help of the breath, we can get rid of all the traumas and stress. So I have been teaching this Sudarshan Kriya, the program called Happiness Program, more than 21 years.
Wow.
And millions of people around the world, many countries, many other teachers also conducting this program, millions of people got benefited. So I would highly recommend, because 80% of the cleansing happening in our body, purification happening through the breath. Only 20%, 15% of our cleansing happening through the sweating or urinal, but mainly through the breathing. If you start breathing deep enough, that's why the children are very active and very adorable, so innocent, because they take long, deep breaths. If you observe the small baby, you can see their stomachs expands and contract and expands and contract. But we are using, the recent studies showing, unfortunately, we are using only 35 to 40% of our lung capacity. That means we are not getting enough energy, oxygen, prana to our system. That's why we are losing the enthusiasm and lethargy comes. It's like a veil in front of you. You want to achieve, you want to accomplish something in your life, but there is no energy to it.
Yes. So a lot of that energy is coming from the breath and from the prana, or some people call it the chi energy, or the life force that we're breathing in and breathing out. And as you say, a lot of us are not using our full lung capacity. So perhaps we're breathing more shallow from the chest instead of the belly breathing.
Correct.
Right, right.
So once you can give attention to your breathing pattern, you can improve your health, because once which we are teaching the Sudarshan Kriya happiness program, art of living, your immune system become very strong and the cortisol levels goes down, and the latent impressions which we are carrying for many years, that actually is nothing to do with our life, but we are not ready to let go. We are hard on ourselves.
So Swamiji, at our clinic, one of the things that seems to cause people the most amount of stress is a difficult boss. So they often say that my boss doesn't listen to me, or my boss is very critical, doesn't really care about the team, and they find it very difficult to let go of that stress. And then that stress affects their sleep at night. And as we say, as you've said, the sleep means that we don't have the energy the next day. So what can people do when they are facing a very challenging work environment or a challenging boss?
You know, in our life, we have to face challenges. That's a one sign of success. If you avoid all the challenges, then there is no charm in your life. And most difficult boss can bring out good talents from inside you. They contribute to your life. If you avoid the boss, okay, you can avoid one boss, and you move to another place, you might get the same kind of people. So you cannot change people. It's very difficult. First, we have to change our perception.
Right.
Once we change our perception, our attitude towards the society, attitude in interpersonal relationships, that brings a lot of synergy and a lot of harmony to your life. And the one sign of youthfulness, it's your smile and ready to take risk, challenges. If you run away from all the challenges, you have to go to Himalayas and sit there. But still you get a challenge there, I would say.
Because you still take your mind with you, right? Wherever you go.
Wherever you go, the mind comes. So you have to come into the reality.
So Swamiji, we talked about a lot of our patients actually who suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia. We encourage them to take the happiness program and learn the Sudarshan Kriya, because out of all the courses that I've been on, that's been the most powerful course at helping calm the mind. Any other advice for people who are suffering from physical illness and pain in the body?
Most of the health issues connected to your mind, not with the physical body. Whenever the energy, the biomagnetic energies goes down, then you get sick. So once you can treat your mind through the help of breathing, and of course the food also play a very important role.
Yes.
So if you can treat that, then definitely you get a relief. And drink plenty of water, because 60% of our body is just water element. And most of us we are not drinking enough water. So consume a lot of water and go for a nature walk. And to accept that the life is a mixture of joy and challenges. And everything is changing. Nothing is permanent in this planet.
So Swamiji, a lot of our patients who are doing the Gupta program, the brain retraining program, they have chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia or some kind of other chronic illness. What can you advise for people who have the physical illness in their body, perhaps a lot of chronic fatigue, and they aren't being helped by the traditional medical profession?
So one way we can treat through Ayurveda medicines. You might heard about Ayurveda. It's an Indian ancient way of medicine treating. So that can help. At the same time, yoga, breathing exercise. So suffering is optional. Pain is inevitable. Some pain here and there, you have to go through that. But most of the things, even the physical difficulties which we are facing, because are connected to our mind. If you can address your mind, then you get a lot of relief. Yeah.
So the secret really is in calming this mind, in being able to channel that energy into some more fruitful outcomes instead of wasting that energy worrying and stressing out.
And releasing all the emotional blockages. So this breathing techniques was in 4 different layers. The one way, physical level. Second is your mind, mental level. Third one is emotional level. Fourth one is latent impressions. So this, once you start breathing, practicing the Sudarshan Kriya, the rhythmic breathing, it will help with these 4 layers.
Right.
Because there are 7 levels of our existence. The first layer of our dimension is our body. So our body has to be healthy. Second is breath. Third one is our mind. So our mind has to be confusion free. And the fourth dimension is intellect. Intellect has to be inhibition free. And the fifth one is very important, trauma free memory. So most of the, recently I met one person in Amsterdam. So he came to me, he must be 31, 32 years. And he said, all my life I'm suffering. No joy in my life. You are talking about joy. I never experienced that in a real sense. So he was telling because he had a very hard childhood time with the parents. It's happened many years ago. Both of them separated. Now this person is not with them. Still he's going through this difficult time. So if you are not able to let go, you cannot hide it. It's like putting the dust under the carpet. One day it will come out. So once you address it, that's the power of this knowledge through Art of Living. Not only the techniques, the wisdom which we are sharing. The founder of Art of Living, Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji, which he is sharing, is life is joy, life is enthusiasm.
And how can we let go of that trauma? So many of our viewers perhaps have been through a challenging childhood, perhaps some abuse from the past. How can we let go of trauma if those situations have arisen? In
the best way, treat your life as a dream. It's like a movie. Now we are sitting here, we are doing this interview. After some time, this is going to be like a dream. Why we are trying to hold on all the things which we happened in the past? It's not there. Coming to the reality, everything is changing. The environment is changing, weather is changing, our attitude towards others are changing, our thoughts are changing. Why we are just holding on to this? That's a tendency of our mind.
It hangs on to
cling on to the negativity.
Yes.
If you get 10 good compliments and 1 negative remarks, which one you remember more?
Yes, of course, the negative remark.
Yeah.
Keeps playing in the mind again and again.
Yeah, somebody come and behave you with full of honesty and sincerity without what he want or what she want. But somebody come and mad to you, you never doubt, are you really angry at me? And somebody tell you, I love you so much. Immediately we ask, really? Are you really loving me? This is the mind. We doubt the positivity.
It's always looking for the thing to worry about, the negative aspect of life. It defaults to that, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why this small change, the perception towards our change.
Yes.
This negativity to the positivity. Once you become stronger from inside, I quite often I'm listening this question, I am surrounded with a lot of negativity. That's why I'm getting stressed out. Once you become a light, the darkness just disappear.
Yes.
Darkness cannot come and meet you. So you have to work on yourself. You cannot blame somebody, that's the reason I'm not happy. Because of that person I'm not happy. Because of our ego plays a role.
Yes.
If you can address your ego, if you are understanding of life and this universe, you start celebrating your life, each moment.
This idea of celebrating life, and I guess that comes from being in the present moment. And in my travels, I've met so many people, and Swamiji, when I'm with you, what I notice is that compared to when we speak to other people, we're not sure if they're really in the present moment. Are they really listening to us? But when I'm with you, I can feel that you're listening to every word, that I have your full attention. What's the secret?
My secret is this Art of Living knowledge, which I'm so blessed. I received many, many years ago. So I'm living in that knowledge as much as I can.
Right.
And Ashok, you rightly said, myself, I've given talks in the different university. Recently, I was in Chemnitz University in Germany. So the professors that they were telling me, the main challenge which they are facing in this time, attention deficiency. The students, they are not able to focus more than 5 minutes in the class.
Right, and often it's because of social media, the phones, where they are constantly flicking through.
Many reasons.
Right.
There are the gadgets and the food habits and attitude towards the life.
Yes.
This also make a, we often compare our life with other people. That's the biggest mistake we do in our life. Everybody has to play a role in this planet.
Yes.
And every human being is so unique, so beautiful. So first we are aware of this. We never compare with others.
Yes. Beautiful word, Swamiji, because that is what a lot of people are telling us they are facing in life with Instagram and Facebook and all these social media channels. It's so easy to constantly compare yourself to others. How many likes did I get? Are my pictures as beautiful as other people's? Everyone's putting on a facade to look perfect, and that is increasing stress and, as you say, making people compare themselves to others. But what you've said is each of us has a role to play in this life. Each of us is like a beautiful flower. Each flower is unique. Correct. And plays a role in looking beautiful in the bouquet.
Yeah. Once you blossom like a flower, all the colorful butterflies comes to the flower. In the same way, once you experience the inner joy, inner peace inside you, all the good things start happening to you. That's how the universe works.
Right, so we attract what we put out there.
Definitely, because I born in a very small town in extreme south of India. And in my childhood, there were children, they were asking what you want to become in your life. So some of my friends said, I want to become a doctor, I want to be a software engineer, I want to be a professor. And they also asked me, what do you want in your life? So I said, I want to travel all over the world.
Right.
So they said, come on, how can you go to that? You could tell me something, come to the reality. Not only that age, once we've grown up, like a teenage time also, my friends again said, are you change your dream? I said, no, I want to travel all over the world. That's from inside me. Right. And there was no opportunity that time, because in a small town, not exposed to many things. But now, last 12 years, I'm traveling all over the world non-stop. I travel minimum 25 to 30 countries every year.
Incredible, incredible.
So that's how once your intention is very strong, then it will manifest. That's why Sri Ravi Shankar Ji says, intention, attention, then manifestation.
Right. And that starts from within. When we blossom as a flower, then we attract all the beautiful butterflies.
Yeah, because our consciousness has enormous capacity to expand and explore. We are not tapped that possibilities in our life.
Yes, yes.
So meditation, yoga, understanding of life. Few things are important. One is singing, dancing.
Yes.
You look at the children, how much joyful they are. They are always in the present moment. You cannot see the children sitting like a long face, oh, what's going to happen to me after 5 years, 10 years. No, they are always in the present moment. And this radiating such a positive vibration around them.
Yes.
So they sing, they dance. So singing, dancing, and philosophy. The wisdom also important.
Yes.
Then meditation. The last one, service. Help the needy people. And feel that gratitude in your life. Oh, I can listen. I'm able to see. I have n number of reasons to be grateful in my life. Millions of children in this time, can you imagine 21st century? We are talking about artificial intelligence. We are talking about a lot of things. But still the children, in the reality, they're waiting to get one pencil, one notebook that's in their dream. We are not addressing that. And we want more in our life. That's make you tired.
Yes. This lack of contentment, Swamiji, that people are experiencing, how do we become more contented? I mean, some people may say, do we have to renounce the world, put on white robes or orange robes, and then go to the Himalayas and meditate? Is that how we can truly become contented? Do we have to run away from the world, or can it be done here and now in a busy city like London?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. You no need to grow your beard and hair to become a
I mean, I can try.
Ashok, I would say this is an attitude actually. If you want, I want to live a fruitful life in my life. Wake up from your consciousness. Walk like a lion. Move like a fire. Nobody cannot stop you. Once you become stronger, such a way you are helping other people in this society. So individual transformation is very, very important.
Yeah, so the powerful message you're giving our viewers is, rather than trying to change our circumstances, change our relationships, change our boss, run away from the world, the change starts from within.
Do not try to run away from the reality. That's the beauty of spirituality. Facing the reality with a beautiful smile.
Yes.
Because everything is impermanent. After 50, 60 years, everything going to finish in our life. Those who are watching now, age of 20, 30 years, after 60, 70 years, you are not going to be here. Billions of years passed and millions of years going to come. Our life is how many years? 90 years, 100 years, maximum 120 years. Such a short life. It's like a game. Life is a game.
And it becomes more like a game, as you say, when we realize it's impermanent. What are we getting so fixated on and so worried about? When we keep in our back of our minds that we are going to leave this planet one day, then, as you say, life becomes a joy, a celebration.
Yeah, once you are aware of the impermanence of creation, what happens? You come into the present moment. I am here such a short time. Then there is no space for fatigueness, fear. There is no insecurity, only the love. And you think about not only about me, what can I get from others? We need attention from other people. We need a recognition or approval from other people. But instead of that, you start enjoying and contented with your own life. It's a big difference.
It's a big difference, isn't it? And I think a lot of our viewers, we encourage people as part of the Meaning of Life experiment to go out and be involved in service projects and give back to their communities, give back to society. And many people report back that they'd always had the idea, but they never actually went to do it. And now that they've done it, the joy they experience is nothing that the material world can actually give to them.
Yeah.
So Swamiji, a few of our viewers have written in to ask about the division in the world right now. So certainly over the last 5 years or so, things seem to be moving backwards, that we seem to have more polarization in politics around the world, the rise of populism, the far right, the denigration of certain populations such as refugees, migrants, and it seems to be creating this conflict between different political groups, different racial groups. Why is this happening, and what can we do about this?
So, thanks to technology, technology brought this world into a small little village. Anybody can access all the information in a few minutes or few seconds time. But somehow, the heart-to-heart communication that became more and more getting spaced out, like there is a big gap in between. So human values, the voice of peace has to be loud and clear. This world, not because of bad people are making trouble, because the positive people, the good thinking people, they're silent. That's why small percent of the people making trouble into this planet. Once we are all stand up for the peace and the human values, which United Nations trying to implement this planet, we have to support. That's why I'm appreciating, Ashok, your work, which you are helping people. This is how the society build up. If you can address individuals, then the society changes. We cannot trying to change the society all of a sudden. First we have to address our own personality. Yeah.
It's such an interesting idea that you've mentioned there, Swamiji. This idea that although social media has brought us together,
Yeah.
in some ways it's made us more distant. So someone might have 2,000 Facebook friends, but actually can feel so lonely because there isn't that heart-to-heart connection. And we started substituting that with just being on a screen. And it reminds me of, actually, with the refugees, there can be a sense of separation, that these people are coming to our country, they're taking our jobs, they're taking our resources. But actually, when someone connects with a refugee or connects with somebody of a different race or colour, that heart-to-heart connection means that there's no longer that separation and that boundary. And I guess, is that what you mean in terms of those human values? That
we have to make a wave of happiness. To bring the smile into everyone's face. That's a mission and a vision of Art of Living, stress-free, violence-free society. That's why we are working. So one of the biggest volunteer organization in the world now. We closely work with the UNESCO and World Health Organization. We had many service projects. Now we are taking care of 83,000 children's education.
Right.
Through education, we can make the change in this planet.
Right.
It's action, not just dialogue. It's not enough. Through actions, we can make a difference in this planet. So for that, you need a spiritual understanding.
Right. So the message that I'm getting loud and clear from you, Swamiji, today is this idea that the change starts from within. When we become the light, just like your name, Jyothirmayah, when we become the light, when we focus on breathing and meditation techniques to uplift our energy, we become that bright force to then help others in society.
Yeah, light brings light.
Light brings light. What a beautiful way to summarize what we've been through. Great. Well, Swamiji, it's been wonderful to have you on the Meaning of Life show. Thank you for your time. Any final words that you'd like to leave for our viewers today?
Make your smile cheaper.
Right. Make your smile cheaper. A lovely thought to leave on. So thank you so much, Swamiji, and we hope to see you again soon.
Wish you all the best for your work, Ashok, which you are doing it. Thank you.
Thank you. So if you'd like to find out more about the Art of Living Foundation and some of the courses and the great work that they do around the world, you can visit their website at www.artofliving.org. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you and goodbye.